Since I started, I've probably lost close to about 80 plus pounds pure weight on the scale. I've struggled with weight throughout my entire life. Um, I've never really been focused and disciplined on what I was eating, how I was spending time in the gym. I was always in sports, but didn't really have a strong knowledge on, what to do in the gym, how to work out properly. Would spend hours in the gym, but not really. It was more quantity of hours rather than quality of hours. And when it came to food, like I mentioned, there was no discipline whatsoever. I was a guy who worked, long hours, and most of my diet came on fast food, Portillo's, McDonald's, and it came to a point where, I stepped on the scale one day, and I said, this is not going in a great direction at all, and I just, you know, told myself this is the heaviest I'm ever going to be, and I guess you want to call that my first breaking point in a sense, and knowing my history and my poor history of working out alone in the gym and everything, and that lack of discipline in terms of diet, I decided to reach out and get personal help, and that's how I decided that taking the route of a personal trainer, and it was actually advice that I actually got from a friend of mine who's a physician, and took that approach. And I have to admit, the first couple of months were tough. I guess I just kind of assumed that you get the personal trainer and magically, you're going to see results right away. And I would say the first 4 or 5 months were I wasn't seeing the results, and it's primarily because I had to come to that come to Jesus moment where I realized that I had to be the one putting the commitment as well. I just couldn't, get the trainer and assume that everything's going to, happen overnight. I actually had to put the commitment, and I focused on listening to my trainer and, listen to his advice, and that's definitely helped me achieve my goals. And I got down to about, let's say about 220 pounds, 225 pounds, and I remember I went on vacation, and I gained some weight back, and when I came back from vacation, I still was on a mental vacation, and I put some more pounds back on, and almost like a light switch, it turned back on. I said, listen, I have the tools. I've been taught, what I need to do in terms of, coming in and putting in the time, as well as locking my diet down a little bit, and the weight that I gained back, I cut that back down. I started losing more weight at that point, and it was just keeping that that accountability and the discipline, and tracking down what I was eating. My only advice for other people really is that I'm a regular guy. I was a regular guy who was overweight, who didn't have the proper discipline in terms of nutrition, didn't have proper discipline in terms of exercise, who had 2 young children, and who knew that needed to make some changes in his life for the sake of his family. And that's why one of the best decisions I've made was investing in my own life and coming in and choosing Welligee. And there are going to be ups and downs. And I think with anything in life, especially when you have long-term goals, the focus should be, when you have those downs, it's great to have somebody there, like a personal trainer, who would kind of help you refocus on what you're doing correctly and remotivate you to achieve those long-term goals of yours. And I think one of the best things to do is to establish certain short-term goals. And once you start knocking those short-term goals out of the way, before you even know it, you're going to hit those long-term goals. I have friends who ask me, you made these changes in your life, you know how to properly eat now, what to do in terms of how to properly work out. Why do you continue to see a personal trainer? And the answer is actually pretty easy. I don't want to go back to where I came from. I put a lot of work and a lot of hard work and invest a lot of my own time into this, and it's somewhere I don't want to go back to. But more importantly, though, you know, coming in and meeting with my trainer, it's the rapport that I have, and it's almost like family in a sense, and it's almost become my life coach, where I come in and even if it's just on a weekly basis, just kind of go into what some of the challenges I had during the week. We're able to he's able to give me advice on what kind of changes I could probably make for the next week. And just continuing to get that discipline, and I want that discipline because, like I said, I don't want to slip and fall and go back. And I think having continuing to come in here and having that rapport with my trainer is going to help me. My goal is not at this point not a number on the scale. It's not a number on the how much weight I'm lifting. It's an overall lifestyle change that I'm thinking about for my future.